Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Interview with DJ Nocturna. Please like, subscribe, and share. My guest is acclaimed New Zealand-based artist Elenor Rayner and her project, Robots in Love.
Hi.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure to have another artist from New Zealand. I've been interviewing artists from that part of the world more recently, which is I'm really grateful for that. It's good to switch around. I have people from England, Netherlands, all kinds of places. It's like going around the world, and it's so wonderful to have this forum to do this.
For sure.
Because I don't know what it would be if it didn't have Zoom or some kind of thing. It would be like, oh, we'll be corresponding by phone or something like that, which is great.
It is.
Now, first of all, I love Robots in Love. That's what a great name. I always believe that anything with love attached to it, whether it's a sentence or a name of a song or a name of a band, it conquers all, right? I mean, It's so powerful in that way.
Yeah, a lot of my songs are about strong emotions.
Yeah.
They're made on computers, so that's why it's kind of Robots in Love.
Yeah, I heard that Robots in Love was formed with an Atari computer.
Originally, yes. That was when I first started in the 90s.
Oh, yeah, I was going to ask you that. So it must have been way back when.
Yeah.
So you must have some fascination with robots.
I do, yeah. Always like science fiction and anything that makes you think outside the box.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You're not by any chance an Aquarius, are you?
No, I'm Aries.
You're Aries?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Pretty close. That's a lot of passion there.
Yep.
A lot of starters and new beginnings. So, all, fire starter. So that's wonderful. Yeah. So, tell us about that. How did you come up with that name, Robots in Love? It is a great name.
I had quite a few different names. Sobriquet for a long time, but no one could pronounce it. And Rayner, which was a good name. I even called myself I Forget for a while because I thought it would be funny for people to say, who did you go and see last night? And they'd say, I forget. But then I just thought, I need a name that's really easy to understand. And I came up with the idea Robots in Love. And I was in Europe at the time, and they said, that's a really good name for Europeans because they know the words robots and they know the word love. They're two English words that are very well known.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yep.
Yeah, and you were named Up and Coming Artist of the Month by Rolling Stone magazine. So I know you've been doing so many different bands and different artists. Like you mentioned, you were also in Snog, the Crystalline Effect. Now you're still in the band, right? The band is still Snog.
The Snog is still going, yes.
I've
been in the band for 23 years.
I know, it's pretty long.
But we only tour once a year. So we only see each other once a year. We get together and do the new songs and then go out on the road. But yeah, no, it's a great band. It's a lot of fun, actually, Snog.
Yeah. And then you're also with the Crystalline Effect with Pete Crane.
Yes.
And that's still current as well.
No, we haven't done anything for a long time.
Oh, okay.
But we might again.
Yeah. Now, the earlier days, before this all happened, you were in a Soulscraper.
Yes, that was the first band where I was exposed to electronic music,
and that was in Melbourne.
Yes.
Now I know you moved to Dunedin.
Dunedin.
I'm gonna mention pronounce that right. Okay, and that's in New Zealand. That's where you're currently right now.
Yes.
But prior to that, so were you born and raised in Melbourne, Australia?
Just near Melbourne, yes. And so I lived there most of my life. And it's a very musical city, as you know.
I know, yeah.
A lot of good bands come from Melbourne.
Oh, yeah.
Dunedin's similar. Dunedin has more musicians per capita than anywhere else in New Zealand.
Oh, yeah, I know. I read about that. Yeah, that's amazing. There's a lot of things a lot of people may not know that. And I was just talking with Peter Endall from Suburban Spell, and we were talking about Australia and how many amazing bands come from Australia that, Crowded House and Midnight Oil and AC/DC. I mean, it just goes on. And and of course him and you. But so that's so why did you move to New Zealand?
Well, I traveled around a lot. I've been playing in bands for years and I've been everywhere. And I got here and I just found it was really creative. but in a real individual way. Everyone here is a little bit crazy, do their own thing.
Yeah.
They do gigs in the weirdest places.
Well, yeah, like where?
There was a girl who's she's called Steph Animal, and she does all retro music on synths and things. And she did her CD launch in the Opportunity Shop, in the secondhand shop. She did a CD launch there just because why not?
Yeah, they all be different, right? Dare to be different, I guess.
Yeah.
So when you were in Melbourne, I guess you were born there and you were raised there, and that's where you started the band back in the early 90s, right? So Robots in Love, you said that name came about early on in the 90s, right?
No, that's my most recent name.
Oh, okay.
Before that, I was called all sorts of other names. Yeah.
Yeah. So your accent, would you say that's an Australian accent?
I think it's still Australian.
Yeah. How long have you been now? How long have you been to New Zealand? How long have you been there so far?
7 years now.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, so Robots in Love is your solo work.
Yes.
And I know when you, so is this is kind of new, right? Which is formed very recently. So have you done any live shows yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Been playing quite a bit live, and I've just got some new band members, and we've done 2 shows together.
Oh, great.
So
okay.
3 others with me now. So it's kind of cool because I can either play by myself, or I can play with one of them, or the whole bunch, depending on where the show is.
Right. And so I guess because we've been stuck. I don't know how. I know New Zealand has been really strict with people coming in and that kind of stuff. I mean, you guys were once early on had no COVID cases.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So it must be good to finally play some live shows.
Sure is.
And I know prior to COVID, you guys, I mean, I saw a picture of you in the DNA Lounge. Is that in San Francisco?
Yes.
Oh yeah. So that was
years ago.
a while ago, right? Yeah. Wow. I mean, how do you keep up with all these bands? I mean, there's so many, and they're all good bands, as a matter of fact,
And I also do a lot of collaborations.
Yeah, you do. You remix. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just sort of work through it at a time. At the moment, I'm doing a remix for IKON, Australian band IKON.
Yeah.
So that'll be finished over the next day or 2, and then I'll start something else. And I just keep going through it methodically, whatever needs to be done.
Yeah. So I know one of your most amazing songs, which I really, really like. You actually remixed that song by now, I might pronounce her name wrong. Jabi or
Yes. Yeah.
Is that correct? Okay. Now I know she wrote that song Good Cocaine, and you remixed it and you put a really great dance beat to it. Like I mean, it would definitely get people on the dance floor, and I'm sure it has.
Yes. I actually play it live in the band. I sing it, as a cover.
Yeah.
And it always goes off. It's the one that goes off.
Yeah, it definitely does. It does have that beat. And just thinking of the, I was listening to the lyrics, and I can see how love is like it is like an addiction in very many ways, right? When you don't see the person that you want to be with, you can start getting like all weirded out.
Yeah, that's what drew me to the song. She put it up on one of the Facebook groups I'm in and said, I'm looking for remixes. And I just listened to it and I thought, I love this. I love the sadness of it. It made me cry. But, sitting home and listening to a sad song crying is okay. But being out on the dance floor and having something really emotional where you can pound your feet at the same time just makes it much more powerful, I think.
Yeah, it does. It really does. And the way you put those beats in there, I mean, it has that dark, and they're powerful beats. I mean, they will definitely get people up on the floor, and I'll definitely play it on one of my shows on the dance floor. I think it's great. Yeah. I mean, it's always wonderful to have like a really powerful independent woman to come on to interview, and just to see all the kind of stuff you've been doing. Because I know it's been tough for women in many, many years. I know there are more women out there, more women songwriters, singers, producers, like yourself, who are doing really well. And they're solo, like Kate Bush, for example, or who independently, she does really, really well. Kind of not really mainstream either, but she's still really good. Do you feel like there's still something out there that's hindering women from being more musically creative still?
Well, when I first started, there were hardly any women doing it. In fact, I was told I wanted to put a song on a female compilation, and they said to me, but women don't do industrial music. Well, that's crazy. So it's gone from that to being more accepted. But I still think women are not, we are different. I feel we are different. So recently I saw a thing, Björk said, you never see photos of women in their studios. You see them on stage or whatever, but never in their studios. So she organized this thing for women producers to send in photos of themselves in the studios. And I was stunned because I've always had a really messy studio. And sometimes you just sit on the floor and play something. And I saw photos of all these other women who were doing the same thing. Like the male studios all seem like they're sitting at a desk and they've got their gear and everything. But women just have stuff everywhere. And I think it's a different mentality. I know all the men I've worked with, they like to have a set time for rehearsal. They come in, they do their music, they go home. It's like a job almost. Whereas women, they've always got other things on the go. So they'll be doing a bit of song and then they'll have to go out and do something else. And then they'll have to go here and do this. And it's sort of more, time is precious. And so you do more with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was amazed that things like that. I was so happy to see other women's studios with stuffed toys everywhere and, you know, the washing in the corner, you know, it made me feel good.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, especially growing up so growing up in Australia, you know, what was the scene like? You know, how is women looked upon, you know, like industrial artists like you in Australia?
It was pretty hard at the time. Australia can be very misogynistic. And I remember one of the very first shows I went to, there was a sign on the band room door that said no women allowed.
Oh gosh.
Women were musicians, they're only groupies, you know. And there was a lot of resentment. In a way, I felt good that I was kind of the first because I could make up the rules. So I just went into that band room and I just started knitting because I knit. And so they, you know, they didn't know what to do with that. I wasn't a typical industrial musician.
Yeah.
There are others, but they keep it quiet.
No, I think it's wonderful. You know, I know you mentioned in one of your interviews, and I read it something like, you feel like being a lead vocalist, you should have the ultimate say. You know, which I agree with. I agree as well, because you know when you sing a song, right? If somebody writes the lyrics, it may not be you, somebody else in the band, and then they tell you sing this one. I mean, if it doesn't resonate with you, it'd be kind of hard to sing, right? And then if they tell you to sing something about like you know, I don't know, supporting plastic bags or something like that. I mean, if you don't support plastic bag, you know, something like that, right? Yeah.
Exactly. That's like my band I've got now. They just say to me, "You're the boss," so I'm the boss.
So you do most of the songwriting?
Yes, I do all the songwriting.
Good. Yeah. You know, I wonder if some of the women artists out there don't do that. They just sing, and other people write in. They just say, "Here, sing this," and I don't know if they can sing it with passion.
No, like I could never sing advertisements or anything like that. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I mean, I know people go out there and they do like covers.
Yeah.
But they choose the cover, of course, you know, they have to be passionate about the artist or the singer who wrote the original song. And yeah, I think it's so. I know you released the latest one, Good Cocaine, which is a remix by you. And then you have some other ones as well. You have the Ravens.
Yes.
And that one is about dementia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, a close relative of mine.
Oh, yeah.
And I, you know, whenever anything happens to me, I write a song about it.
Oh, okay. It's very
personal. Yeah, I just have to get it all out. You know, like yeah. I don't dwell on things. The minute anything happens, I can just come in here and write a song, and then it's there, and then I can deal with it whenever I want. So all my songs are all really emotional, and they're all there. I've released, I don't know, 100 songs, something like that. But I can just, if I feel like I need something, I can go to that song. and draw
Yeah.
strength from it. There is a song, a Crystalline Effect song called Do Not Open, and the lines are, you know, do not open until you're okay to handle that much that you're going to take out from that box.
Mhm. Oh wow. And then they have another song called Wish. This is from Robots in Love, right?
Yes.
Wish.
Yes.
And that's a song about inequality.
Yeah, I think so. It says, you know, when you wish upon a star, it makes a hell of a difference who you are.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, we're sold this dream that we can be anything we want, but we can't.
That's true. So Robots in Love, are you going to be releasing a regular album?
Yes, hopefully in September.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got some new stuff that's goth trap.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize it was that. I did a show up in Wellington, and someone was saying to me, oh, what's your music like? And this person next to me just said, oh, it's goth trap. And I thought, oh, I never have thought of that, but it is. I've got all these big sort of dark, slow beats and really low bass, and then the sad lyrics on top. So I've written about 5 songs in that genre. So that's going to be.
Oh, okay. So it's going to be in the album. Do you have a name for the album yet?
No, not yet. Not
okay,
yet.
keep it secret. Yeah.
Yeah. It will come to me.
Wow. Yeah, no, it's great. I think it's wonderful that you're doing a solo, because all the others ones were not, you partnered with somebody, right? On the other you collaborated with one.
Yeah, I do a mix of on my own and a mix with other people. It's about half and half. So
Yeah.
my last album was called My Very Essence, and that was all me. But it had a few guest people on it.
Yeah. Are you working with anybody in the new album? Other collaborations in there, like
Not at
besides?
the moment.
Okay.
I will do it all myself. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. And then I know you have some videos up as well. I think you have a video, and let me see. I'm trying to remember which one that was.
Which
There is,
one?
right? So you have some videos?
Yeah, I usually do a video.
Yeah.
songs.
Okay. Yeah, I know there's a lot of great places to do videos there where you are.
Yeah. So it's what is it like? You have to have the ideas though, and I'm not a very visual person. I'd rather just sort of create the music and then not worry about anything visual. Like if I go and see a band, sometimes I don't even look at them. I just close my eyes and just listen to the music. So, but we are planning a new video. It's actually going to be kind of a fun video.
Yeah. So how did you collaborate with the other bands like Crystalline Effect? I mean, how did you meet up with these guys? And
yeah, well, Pete actually advertised for a singer, and he listed one of his influences as Snog. So I thought, oh, well, I probably like his music. So he sent me the song and I really loved it. It was our first song, Gabriel. I thought it was a gorgeous song. So I recorded the vocals and sent them back to him. He sent me another one and then another one. So we did 3 songs actually before we met.
Oh.
So he was living in Sydney and I was in Melbourne.
Oh, yeah, that's convenient.
Yeah. So, but, you know, I've done that a lot. I've do collaborations with people overseas. And I'm either usually the producer or the vocalist. I do a lot of producing for other vocalists. I've got a project called Human Confusion with a singer called Miriam, and her voice is just gorgeous. So I just do all the music and she does the vocals.
Yeah. So are these like recent ones?
Yeah, we're still together and we're working on an album.
So you've been busy with that.
Yeah, that's great too. Like, but that's a different mindset. It's not writing the lyrics. She has written the lyrics and then I just do the music. So, yeah, it's different. It's good to have a break from your own emotions. And
definitely. You know, a big shout out to UTM Music Group as well. You know, so if somebody wanted to reach out and listen to your music, I know you're on Bandcamp.
Yes, Bandcamp, Facebook, and YouTube.
Yeah, especially with Robots in Love and Bandcamp. So just Robots in Love, and then your other bands are also on Bandcamp as well.
Yep.
Yeah, and what was I gonna say now? I think so. Any live concerts right now? Just just in New Zealand for now.
Yes, but in September, Snog is supporting Pop Will Eat Itself. So,
Oh,
yeah, in Melbourne and Sydney. So I'll be doing that. And then while I'm there, I'll do a lot of Robots in Love shows as well, around
oh,
Australia.
like in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, if I'm ever over there, I'll definitely like find out where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you have a dual citizenship.
Yes.
Yeah, that must be great. So you don't have to worry about, because I know it's a little difficult to get into Melbourne. I mean, I know you, I mean, you won't have a problem because I'm sure you've been Melbourne, you're born there, so it's easier. But it's kind of hard to get in there for people like me. I guess
Yeah.
it's a little easier now, right?
Yeah. And things will improve. Hopefully next year I'll do a lot more gigs because I want to get back to Europe and America and tour around again. It's been weird not touring for the last couple of years.
Yeah, but have you been writing like is this where robots in love came about? Because we had the pandemic and you were stuck, everybody was pretty much stuck at home. And
Yeah. So a lot of creativity. And that's when we started up Human Confusion, my other band.
oh
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Is
I
it
like doing in the studio, and then I like going out playing live and then coming back to the studio and then going out live.
is there any any country in the world that you would like to go to and play?
Oh, I haven't been to Norway. I'd love to go to Norway,
Oh yeah.
but I
Wow.
don't know what the scene's like there.
Yeah.
But yeah, just going back, especially to Eastern Europe, where they really like this sort of music.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because I know you played everywhere because you've done I know you've worked with Juno Reactor. I saw that.
In
They were
Japan.
in
Yeah.
Japan. Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then front 242 and APOG and Berserk and Clan of Zymlocks and all those great bands. That's amazing.
Yeah. Big festivals. They're really good fun.
Yeah.
Play the big shows. Because the sound is big. The sound I like to create is big. I love epic drums and epic synths. So it
Mhm.
needs to be kind of in a bigger sort of stadium.
So you play the keyboard and the guitar and you
Yeah.
write, sing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's great.
Yeah, I do it all. Just on the computer now, everything, you know.
So growing up, were you how did you get into the music? How did you get into music when you were just growing up? Or
Oh, when I was very young, my dad took me to see a band, and it was AC/DC. And the
oh,
sound of that, enormous guitars and things just went, oh, this is what I'm going to do. So he very kindly bought me a bass guitar.
mhm.
And I formed a band with 3 other girls, we were in 13 or something. And we started doing gigs straight away, Every weekend we were playing somewhere and my dad would drive us there.
Oh
And
yeah.
then, I discovered electronic music, which is even more intense than rock, because you can put all the industrial sounds in there just to make it even harsher and even heavier and even more powerful. And so once I discovered electronics, I sort of never went back to playing rock.
Yeah. Yeah. AC/DC, Australian band.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty good. And they're funny as well, I like that about them.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Just the whole jamming part, it's
Yeah,
just
the riffs.
hang on. Wow. Yeah, I mean it's wonderful to have you on the show. And I'm looking forward to your album when it comes out.
Thank you.
Robots in Love and Elenor Rayner. So if you just tuned in, or watching, please like, subscribe, and share on the YouTube and also on my podcast.
Great.
Thank you for coming on the show. Anything else you want to mention?
No, just have a listen to Good Cocaine, everyone. I think it's a beautiful song. Because someone else wrote the song, I'm trying to promote it more than what I normally would because, I really love the song and I think it should be listened to.
Oh yeah. Oh, you mean the Good Cocaine?
Cocaine, yeah.
Yeah. No, it definitely is. Yeah, it's a great song and it is a catchy beat as well.
Thank
I
you.
mean, you add that on to the beat as well. I mean, I
Yeah.
can see people like I mean, I haven't really. I mean, a lot of us we just starting to go out now, right?
Yeah.
And this song came out. Is it this year, right?
Yes. So it's coming out on all the streaming services tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, on Bandcamp now, but it's coming out on Spotify and all that tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing it on the dance floor and playing it on the
I
dance
can hear it in a club, so because every time we play it, we're playing it live, and so I don't really know what it sounds like on the dance floor. So,
Oh yeah, I could imagine what it sounds like in the dance floor.
yeah.
What is the New Zealand scene like? The industrial goth scene.
Mainly Wellington. In Wellington, like there's not much in Auckland. So, but we do have a really wonderful yearly 3-day goth event called Gathering Shadows. Yeah, I played at the first one and it was fantastic. And so now it's an annual event, 3 days, beautiful goth music and goth picnics.
Oh yeah, when does that normally take place?
January.
Oh, January.
Yeah, with summer.
And that is that with like a bunch of do they invite like artists from another place to come over and play, or is it like local?
Not yet, but they will once now the borders are open.
Oh,
next
okay.
Yeah.
Are the borders open in New Zealand, or is
Yeah,
this, oh, it's open now? Okay, just recently?
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. I've never been there. I would love to one day.
It's beautiful. And the mountains, you know.
I'm sure. All right. Well, thank you so much, Elenor of Robots in Love.
Thank you. Fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, let me just turn this off.